So, we are back again, and today's true crime case is coming from South Africa. And I've always been telling you that there are a lot of crazy things out there. In fact, there are a lot of crazy people out there. Now, today's case is about a 32-year-old South African woman called Lesego Mary Masina. And this woman has been taken out in the most coldest way you could ever think of. Or let me say one of them, because if you look at my collection of over 550 videos, you realize there are quite a number of cold ways people have been taken out. And the way and manner that Lesego Mary Masina was unalived is very shocking. And it looks like it's a crime of passion, because guess what? This lady actually was forewarned 6 months before this would happen. So 6 months ago, Lesego Mary Masina and her family received a threat note or a letter with a message saying that, I quote, "Stay away from my man. Your days are numbered." And attached to this letter were 2 live rounds. Yeah, 2 bullets were added to this letter, warning 32-year-old South African woman Lesego Mary Masina to stay away from a man. As to whose man it was, that is still yet to be determined. I don't know what Lesego did after receiving this, because this was 6 months before the fateful date of 20th of July 2025, where Lesego Messina would finally be unalived. And I'll get into the details of how they unalived there. But the question is, what did she do when she received this letter and 2 bullets? So fast forward from that 6 months, I'm sure that she probably may have lodged a report to the police. I'm trying to find more information about it. I was going through my research, but unfortunately, there isn't much out there detailing what she did when she received this threat and 2 bullets. But then, fast forward, on the 20th of July 2025, which was 6 months after this letter had been given to her with the 2 bullets, the final thing would manifest. According to her sister, called Oday Masina, she is 27 years old. She said that on this fateful date, 3 guys wearing balaclavas broke into their home with all the family members there, and they started searching their homes after they had sort of subdued them, if I should put it that way. And according to her, she's saying that they didn't even hear the door open, and that these guys had torches, because at the time there was a power outage in the area, and so there was complete darkness. So they came under the cover of darkness, but then they had torches. And when they came into the house, they didn't even hear them coming to the house. And I'll get into that when I'm done with the details as to how they can get into the house without they even knowing they had come in. Now, she goes on to detail that after they had gotten into the house, they didn't even tell them exactly what they were looking for. They spent about 15 minutes searching the whole house. And then, after they had subdued them and put them together in a room, they started asking of their names. One by one, everyone had to identify themselves to these 3 thugs who had broken into their home. So it was at this point, according to her sister, that they realized that no, this was not a robbery, because they thought that the guys were there to rob them. But at the point when the guys started asking for everyone to mention their full names, they realized that no, then this is not a robbery. They are probably looking for something more. These guys tied them up and kept asking for the names of each member of the family. And at a point, they got to Lesego Mary Masina. And when they asked of her name, and she told them, "My name is Lesego Mary Masina," they said that, "Okay, we have found what we are looking for." Then they took Lesego out of that room, away from her family, and took her to the bedroom. And it was at this point that the family realized that she was actually the person they were looking for and that it was never a robbery. And whilst they were at the bedroom with her, her sister details that they heard her sister screaming. They heard Lesego screaming, and then a gunshot rang out, and that was all. And after that, these three guys left. Before leaving, they stole 2 cell phones, a Samsung Galaxy phone, a Huawei Y70, and an R150. And then the family rushed to the bedroom to see what they could do to help Lesego. But unfortunately, she had taken a bullet to the head and she was gone. Now, it was at this point that they decided to reach out to the police, but then they kept trying to figure out who would want to do this to Lesego. And then they remembered the letter she received 6 months ago. And it even goes on to talk about the fact that it was not just the letter that was sent to them, but actually a phone call was also made to the mother of Lesego one of the nights preceding this unaliving, and they told her that she should check the outside because they had delivered a parcel, and that parcel would turn out to be the letter with the 2 bullets. So this case sums up everything I've been saying, that there are a lot of things going on out there in the world. It gets very funny sometimes and also a bit disappointing when in this day and age of 2025, you find that some people are so clueless of the dangers around them and they think that everything is a matter of opinion and debate and argument. Trust you me, there are some people who don't have time for that. There are some people who are not built for that. There are some people who just go straight to the worst, most extreme action they can take to drive home their point and execute it without any remorse. That is what is playing out here. Because obviously, without being a world-class detective, it's easy to draw the link between the letter and the accompanying bullets that were sent to Lesego Masina Mary and her unaliving on the 20th of July 2025. There is no way you can tell me they are not related. Up to now, as at the time of putting out this video per my research, South African police are yet to be able to determine who sent the letter in itself and who is also responsible for the unaliving of Lesego Mary Masina. That is the world we live in. And in actual fact, these hits are being put out quite a number of times because those 3 guys who came, it means that that is what they do. And so, if they are contracted, they will execute for the right price. But the point is, what could Lesego Mary Masina have done to somebody to get the person to a point where the person would put a hit out on her like that? Because obviously the letter says it all. Stay away from my man. And I'm thinking investigations probably are looking at or may seek to look at all the men in her life that are known and secret as well, because it seems like she may have been trying to go after someone's man. And those things are very dangerous. Going after somebody's woman, be it girlfriend, wife, or someone's husband, or someone's man, be it a husband or a boyfriend, because there are some couples who have come a long way, especially those who have suffered together, to get to a point of affluence where it's now time for them to enjoy the fruits of their labor. With those type of couples who have done 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 years together to build something, if you sweep in just with the mindset that, oh, I like this lady, I'm coming to take her, I don't care who it affects, I like this guy, I'm coming to take him, I don't care who it affects. Trust you me, some of these things could be heading your way. Crimes of passion, love triangles, and even sometimes love rectangles are one of the most highest causes of homicides worldwide. And these crimes started from the inception of time. You can check all the history and you see that even wars were fought as a result of some of these love triangles. Be careful where you tread. This is not me trying to say Mary Masina was actually doing such a thing and what. No, that's not me trying to say that. But I'm just trying to advise based on what the letter seems to be putting out and pointing to, because it looks like she was actually being threatened about a man. And if that is the case, those of us who are left still alive need to learn from the disaster that has befallen Lesego Mary Masina, because you need to do your due diligence. Sometimes it's not that you even know the person is engaged. Sometimes you don't even know. But it's very important you check, because these things are happening a lot. I don't know which part of the world you may be watching my video from, but I'm sure you confirm and agree that no matter where you are in the world, crimes of passion are happening in your country. It is a fundamental aspect of human nature. People are very territorial and protective of what is dear to them. So if you come in trying to take it away, some people will go to the ends of the earth and do their worst to you to prevent you from coming to do that. But sometimes in doing so, you're actually destroying families and tearing down somebody's years of hard work and breaking of sweat. Let's tread cautiously. Let's respect boundaries, because in doing so, sometimes that could be the difference between you staying alive longer or meeting an untimely death. It's unfortunate this has happened. And I know the South African police force are a very fine force. I'm expecting they will close this case, worst case, before the end of the year, because usually crimes of passion, you may find that mistakes are made by the culprits because they are not thinking clearly. But it looks like this person may have been very calculated, because they took time, and that is dangerous. That is very dangerous. And I think it's just a very cold way to go, being executed like that. It's a very cold way to go. But hey, it's a crazy world we live in. May the soul of Lesego Mary Masina rest in peace, and may those of us who are left alive learn from this. Don't think it can't happen to you. I'm sure she never thought this could happen to her. But if you get in the crosshairs of people, watch your back, stay safe, and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. I'll catch you on the next one.